Good evening and welcome to Your Issues Live. I'm Michael Sharp. Tonight we have a special program for you. It's a part of our cross-country from RJR. And we ask, what would you do if you had a medical emergency and wanted to be flown overseas for treatment immediately? Well, tonight you'll learn more. Ever so often, we're exposed to heart-rending stories of Jamaicans who die because they cannot afford to be flown out of the island in time to get medical care overseas. Many have seen loved ones pass away and could have only dreamt of accessing an air ambulance service. In fact, air ambulance services, for the most part, were only accessed by the rich and powerful in Jamaica. But this nightmarish reality has now been transformed into a pleasant awakening. The new reality is that ordinary Jamaicans can now access air ambulance services at a shockingly affordable cost and be off the island and into the hands of some of the best healthcare providers around the world within the shortest possible time. For just 500 Jamaican dollars monthly, literally less than the cost of a fast food meal, JamaicaMed is giving you the chance to access a fully equipped, world-class air ambulance whenever you have an emergency that needs to be dealt with overseas. This flexible membership program will provide evacuation any time of day. Approved credit union members throughout Jamaica can now sign up through COK Credit Union, Caribbean Assurance Brokers Limited, and other approved groups, or through online internet application at JamaicaMed.com to benefit from this service. Jamaicans who use this service will also be able to consult internationally acclaimed healthcare professionals and access world-class healthcare facilities overseas. In this edition of the program, we'll look at this affordable air ambulance service and see how JamaicaMed and its partners have managed to change a situation which once meant sure death into hope for all Jamaicans. And of course, you can participate tonight by contacting us by telephone, 745-4001, that's 745-4001, or by email at yourissueslive, that's one word, yourissueslive@rgrgroup.com. Sounds unbelievable, doesn't it? Well, let's put them to the task. JamaicaMed and the associates, we want to find out, is this for real? How can a average Jamaican get on a plane in a hurry? Mr. John Lins, welcome to Jamaica and to Your Issues Live.
Thank you.
What on earth is what I just saw a while ago? How did it become possible? What is Member First? I understand that's the name of the program.
Well, this is the culmination of about 2 years of work that we've been doing here in Jamaica. It has been designed to provide emergency air ambulance services for the average Jamaican, as you said earlier. So often people think of emergency air ambulance services as for the rich or the politicians. And when an average Jamaican needs care that they can't get here, they're really out of luck in Jamaica. So what we wanted to do is determine a way where we could bring the level of cost down to where an average Jamaican could afford it. $500 Jamaican. A lot of people say, well, is that US or Jamaican? It's Jamaican. And the reason why we're able to do that is our partnership with COK Credit Union. Without a critical mass of their 250,000 members, it makes it very difficult for us to bring that price down. But in essence, when you need to go, you need to go. And this is not an insurance. I need to make that clear. This is a membership-based program. And it's been designed as sort of a first responder program. Often you may have insurance, you call the insurance company at 6 o'clock in the evening, they're not answering.
Not home.
That's exactly right, that's exactly right. But our personal care advisors will take that call, verify eligibility, and then immediately get our medical director involved in discussions with the attending physician in an emergency situation. And when the determination is made that the patient needs to fly, then ground ambulance will be arranged, the flight will be arranged, the ground ambulance at the destination will be arranged, and so will a streamlined admission into a hospital where we have special pricing.
Madam COK, Miss Mighty, how does this really work? Do I have to be a member of COK? How do, what are my entitlements under this program?
Well, ideally, yes, you can be a member of COK, but it's not about COK members only. It really, as John said, is a membership-based program that is designed to help Jamaicans in all walks of life. So, yes, if you're a member of COK, it's easy for you to participate in the program, but you don't have to be a member of COK now to be a member. We have what we call approved groups. So if you are not a member of COK, of course, you have to be part of an approved group. And all we ask is that you sign up the membership program, sign up in the membership program, and pay your monthly premiums, $500 monthly, every month, and that assures you access to this wonderful program.
Let me ask this. Somebody's saying $500 per month, per person. Can I make that $500 for a family member, or can we switch the $500 based on the need? If I don't get sick, but they get sick and they weren't registered.
No, it is specific to the member who is enrolled in the program. You have to be enrolled. And so ideally, if you have a family of 4, register all 4, because you're not sure who's going to get ill.
Yes.
And if that person is not registered, they can't access the program.
Caribbean Assurance Brokers, what's your involvement in this, sir?
Well, Caribbean Assurance Brokers, we are carrying out the marketing element of the program. And so for persons who are not members of COK, they can call Caribbean Assurance Brokers or come into Caribbean Assurance Brokers and access the entry into the product. Mm-hmm.
And, sir, Mr. Dwayne Boyce, I'm a member of COK, I pay my $500, or maybe I'm not a member, I can come through Caribbean Assurance. What is expected when I make that phone call? Well, if I make the phone call, maybe it's not me, but somebody who needs that medical attention, what obtains, what happens?
Well, the call usually comes in the most inopportune time, 2 o'clock in the morning, midnight, and it's a situation that has to be dealt with now. At the point that our member first patient advisor will take the call, there's a determination made, and it's immediately assessment of the medical situation. How do we deal with it? What level of response is needed to be able to meet the emergency? You prepare for the emergency ceases to exist. We say that all the time, and it's very important to understand. And it's I would like to get it out to the audience tonight that when that call comes in and people haven't joined Member First, and there's an emergency and someone's life is at stake, it's very frustrating for us not to be able to respond because you have not prepared for that emergency. And to hear that person on the other end of the phone and understand what pain and anguish that they're going through, join. Don't tie our hands behind our back. Give us the ability to get it to our medical director, to the physicians, have them collaborate about the situation so we're able to respond.
The question here, is it all emergencies that are applicable that can get on this flight?
Not necessarily so. It could be a situation that doesn't entail air ambulance evacuation, and then we can respond at that level to access the necessary care wherever that may be.
You mentioned a medical director. I suspect you are the medical director, sir, if I were to do my background work right. What's your function? But you're Jamaican. Can't we take care of all of these needs here?
No, we definitely can't. But at the same time, the medical fraternity really embraced this opportunity that JamaicaMed offers to our patients. And I'd just like to say that how things are going, patients from Jamaica, that particular case situation where we have to fly out that person, we would like to have certain conditions available. At the same time, we recognize too, and I didn't know that it was so much, that there were patients who are in the Caribbean who would like to come to Jamaica for care, as well as patients who are in the States. And a lot of these patients are of Jamaican background who probably have a medical condition and want to come home to either get treatment or to stay with the family.
Let me get this clear here. You're able to come from elsewhere to Jamaica as well?
Absolutely.
How does that work?
Well, this platform has been designed for an any country to any country environment. And
Any country to any country?
Absolutely.
It's not just the USA you're talking about.
That's correct. So from the point of view of an emergency or ambulance, it's important to know that we have a fixed base here in Jamaica. Previously, if you needed an air ambulance, then it would have to come from the United States. Today, with our fixed-based operation here in Jamaica, we're actually ahead of schedule. We were going to wait until the summer to put it into place. We're putting it into place as we speak. And so, in essence, the emergency air ambulance platform powers the Member First program so that when people need it to leave Jamaica, they can. But we believe this is also a foundation to turn Jamaica into a hub for medical travelers, because Jamaica has excellent health care in many respects.
Gonna have to cut you there. Need to take a break on Your Issues Live. Your issues are Jamaica.